So I really want to know why there are so many sick films. I have signed up to Netflix and I've been watching just anything, trying to get away from YouTube because I find YouTube very depressing because it's full of all these sort of one-sided videos and people that love to go on about how awful Diddy is and how much more evidence there is, and then they'll just show like a picture of something that was allegedly used, and you see that, wow, that's even more evidence. And that story with Diddy is kind of annoying me, not because I know what's going on, but because I don't know what's going on, and I'm getting all my news from people that just are bringing up all these different cases about alleged rapes of 13-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, and all done in 2004, 2019, all done many years ago, not reported, not said to the police at all, and just sort of coming out of nowhere now, attacks that are not going to be proven because way too much time has passed since the time. And people are saying because there's evidence of Diddy hitting Cassie, that is proof that he also did all these other things. I mean, anyone that is capable of doing that to Cassie is therefore capable of doing anything else. It's just like, come on. Raping a 9-year-old is different to hitting your girlfriend of 10 years. These are two completely separate things. You can't say that because there's evidence of this one video. That's literally all the evidence that they have. They have this evidence and then some alleged there being 1,000 bottles of baby, which is not evidence or proof or anything. Anyway, I was getting stressed out by that. I switched to Netflix and trying to cheer myself up. And then what do I come across? Well, I watched an interesting film called The Plane the other day. This plane video was where it was quite a good film, and they had a plane that kind of was going, they wanted to cut gas costs by going straight through a thunderstorm or going over the top of it, and it turned out to be a bad idea because the plane ended up crashing. My face has gone all red, and then landed in a horrible island, an island that is basically not governed by a government and just sort of reigned by pirates, basically, like the modern day pirates, gangs of people that take people hostage and do terrible things to them, kill some of them to keep the others threatened and scared, and then tries to use bribe money. And that it was a good film. It was all about trying to kill these basically terrorists that had just kidnapped. So this a horrible thing has happened. The plane has crash landed in a dangerous island. And instead of that being the story and then they get rescued, no, the story was actually about them being taken hostage by this gang of people and them desperately needing to get away from this gang. They managed to save most of them. 2 of them did die. And he got a very severe beating because of it, and he was trying to get access to a phone and someone was attacked him and he got a very severe beating then as well. And so the whole thing was just violence and blood and just pointless killing of just anything involved. And of course this gang got very more aggressive when they lost half their members, and then they started charging after these group of people, even though these people had just crash landed on a plane. Instead of feeling kind of some sympathy, oh, they've crash landed on a plane, they're lucky to survive. I don't know how they managed to land this plane on this sort of jaggedy road that wasn't even a proper road. But yes, instead of that, they were taken hostage, and they had to try and find a way of getting them out, and so that's just a horrible. It kind of reminds me of the worst people on the planet, people that are not governed by rules, but rather just governed by brute force and brutality, and just thinking of themselves. So that's put me in a bad mood. And then there was another one which seemed quite interesting, about a princess getting married, and thinking, oh, okay, this might be nice. And then it turned out, well, I knew that there was something dodgy going on, and it turned out it was actually a false marriage, and the idea was to have this sort of fake marriage and swap an exchange of blood forcibly, and then as soon as that's done, you throw the princess into a pit where there's this big dragon that wants to kill you, and then she kind of ran away from the dragon, managed to escape, ended up in this cave, only to find that actually probably about, I don't know, 30 other princesses throughout the generations. It's 3 for every generation, but there was a whole list of other girls, other princesses that were all killed in the same way, and there needed to be three of them. So there was this other girl that she saw when in the castle, and she didn't know who she was, but it turned out she was the other princess, and of course she found her dead body that had been burnt by this thing, and so that's just a horrible story. And then she manages to escape, and then she finds out that actually it was her father who sold her to this royalty, a group of people that had a lot of wealth, nice big castle, but the only reason why they could live is if they sacrificed three princesses for every generation. And yes, and when she escaped, the dragon got angry, and then they just stole her sister, who was a lot younger, and then threw her into the pit. And so yeah, that's also put me in a bad mood. And then I'm now having another attempt at watching a film, and it's just called Don't Move. I didn't watch the trailer or anything. It was just the first thing that popped up, and basically it's about a woman who wants to commit suicide, and some guy kind of stops her. I'm thinking, oh, this is a boring film. And then he goes and drugs her, and it turns out that actually the reason why he didn't want her to kill herself is because he wanted to kill her, and he's paralyzed. He paralyzed her, but as she was running away, she managed to find someone and hide in his house, but he basically went in there and killed the guy, burnt the house down, did find her and got her out, and then she has gone to places, and he's been telling a story about how he's married to her when really he's not. He doesn't even know her name from the sounds of things, and then he ends up killing a police officer, and now he's about to drown her even though she's still mildly paralyzed. I mean, it's such a terrible film. Why are films like this? I don't even want to watch it. I'm not watching this film. I'm fast forwarding it because I'm just so disgusted at this film. But if people are filled with a huge amount of depression, it's because they're trying to find something that's positive, and they're only finding more negativity, more depression. And I've got these stupid adverts that keep popping up about all the problems in Gaza now, and that's just causing me more depression. And then to know that these people are still giving birth to children, even though the war has been on for over a year. So if the war's going on, and you stop trying for kids, you start using condoms, you start using so that you don't, if there's a possibility that the war is going to affect you, you don't start getting pregnant and having kids, and then there's people that are still having kids and still birthing them even though they've lost their house, and I just everything is just negativity, and I'm trying to find positivity. So I go and buy some fish. One died on Sunday. I go buy 2 more fish on Monday, and one of them died today. In the morning I went down and I found that female spotted fish that I tried to get, the one that the male spotted fish really liked. She is dead and she's gone, and also a few hours later I realised that the yellow one, I bought 2 yellow ones a month ago, and one of those have died too. So I'm doing really badly with the spotted fish. But I've done some research in the spotted fish area, in the molly fish. I don't know why I called it muller, because there was a U in there. It was pronounced. They wrote it as MOUL, and then Y, but it's actually just molly fish. It's MOLLY. So I think they spelt it wrong in the shop. But yeah, the molly fish is. I've been doing a little bit of research into it to find out why I've had 3 molly fish die in less than a few weeks, and I don't know why. They're supposed to be a lot more hardier than all the others, so I don't know why they would. But yeah, I'm not having any luck with the thing that's supposed to be making me feel more positive. I'm not going to go to the shop though, because I've done a bit of research, and apparently when they get pregnant, they can get pregnant to 30 babies. The silver one is still okay, and the spotted muller, they might give birth. I mean, he doesn't really like that one that much, but he is okay to have sex with that one. So if he has 30 babies with that one, I'm going to have more than enough babies to look after. So I probably. He's actually chasing her now, so that's kind of good. Usually it's her chasing him, but yeah, he's showing a little bit of interest. So yes, that would be kind of interesting if I can get some more spotted mullers without having to go to the shop. But I think it's because I don't drive, so getting the fish to the shop and back, it's about a 20 minutes in the bag, and I've got a feeling that maybe that journey definitely isn't very good for them. I could get a bus, but the buses, they come every, the buses are always late. Sometimes you can wait 15 minutes for a bus, and I don't want to buy the fish only to find that I have to wait 15 minutes for the bus service to get on the bus. It's a 15 minutes bus ride, and there's a 5-minute walk on both sides, and it's going to be out of the water. I don't know. It's very hard getting the fish here. So to try and breed them is in the fish tank is the best way. But I've done a little bit of research. So this is the only thing that's my fish about the only thing that's positive. And well, it's not positive because 2 of them died today. But my fish, if they don't die, are about the only things that are positive. And I can tell you a little bit more. So I've got the platies, which are like sort of round orangey ones. And then I've got the swordtails, which are like the sort of thinner orangey ones. And I kind of thought that there was the same breed, but they're not, because the swordtails are actually, I've done research, and they're actually half mully. So a swordtail is basically half a mully and half a platy, and therefore a swordtail can actually breed with both platy and the mullies, because they're like half and half. And yeah, they come in all sorts of colours, but I thought the platies are mostly just orange. There's like a variation of different orange colours, but they're mostly just orange. But the platies come in all sorts of colours, so they're actually prettier and actually better. And I really like that Dalmatian one, that Dalmatian sort of spotted one, but I don't think the shop often sell them. I know they had a big bundle of them 2 months ago, but I've just got a feeling that maybe the reason why the 2 that I've got died is because they are that same breed, and they've just been in that shop for 2 months getting bored. And I don't know, but they can live for 5 years according to research. So I don't know why, but I've still got a yellow molly and a silver one, and then a spotted one. And I don't think the spotted one's going to mate with the yellow one, but I have looked on Google, and there have been some successful spotted yellow ones. But I think it's rare, because they don't seem to like the yellow ones. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that, because I am in a very, very negative mood, and I'm trying to figure out why. And I think the answer is I can't find anything to cheer me up. I've got a walk though. Actually, there's a walk that's coming up this weekend that, I don't know, might even rain this weekend for all I know. But is that going to cheer me up, walking in the rain? Probably not. But I don't know. England's just been raining a lot. But yeah, I'm very depressed, and I'm trying to figure out why. And then I start watching, let's watch this film. It's the first one option, and it's like, oh wait, it's about drugging someone, and then just, I don't know what he's planning on doing. It sounds like his only plan is actually just to murder her, and out of revenge of what happened to his partner or something. My partner's died, so now I'm going to kill anyone that looks like her. That's kind of what it sounds like. But is there something is there better films that are more cheerful?